I put some hives in a new location this year, and they are loving it. They're getting a lot of sun, and they're doing very good. Just today, I'm not going to use any smoke. I'll probably go into the nuke and that small one. The 4 big ones I'm not going to go into. This is an old comb I just added to them about a week ago. They're working it, cleaning it up. This was a early June split I had to make because the queen was wanting to swarm out of the hive that was to the right of it in the earlier footage. I know she's still in here because it's been over a week since I've been in it, and I just seen some eggs in royal jelly, so those are only 3 to 5 days old. So I'm not too worried if I see her or I don't see her. And I do see some fresh eggs, so I know she's in here. Because this is a young colony, normally I would not have the bee suit on, but I am planning on maybe going into the bumblebee removal that I done, relocation. So I wanted to be suited up for that. In my area, the sourwood flow has just ended, so I may need to put some feed on this colony, because it does not look like they have any nectar honey stores. I did not see the queen, but I'll take one more peek as I go back through. But I know she's in here because there is new eggs. Sorry, right now my allergies are a little upset. This is a good example of people that are definitely afraid of bees. If you have the right type of bees, and it is a young colony, you do not have to smoke them and stress them out. Because the moment you give smoke to them, they immediately go into fire protection mode, survival mode, and they immediately start feeding up on their honey stores. It takes a few hours for them to calm back down and go back to normal hive activities. I prefer this way, but on these larger hives, because of the number of bees, you pretty much have to fool the bees for a couple hours so that you can go in and check on them. Probably is in that cluster right there. I don't know if you can see it. Well, let's put this one back together and close it up. I don't know if you saw what I did. I looked and saw what was on the side of the hive where I had that frame leaned up against it. Because you could actually have missed the queen, stood that frame up against it, and she got off on the side of the hive. When you closed it back up, you just locked her out. So always check if you do lean your frames up against the side of your hive. Alright, let's go into this larger hive here, see how they act. I do have a glass cover on it, so I can do quick inspections, see how many there is, what their activity is. Good numbering here. Alright, let's see what we got. This hive is a early season split that took a little longer to go, so this is the outside frame. If I was still in summertime, early summer, I definitely would put a super on this one. But because in my area, our last nectar flow is the sourwood, and it has just finished, I will not add anything to this one. This will be their winter food store. Isn't that pretty? Alright, let's jump to the middle. Let's see if there's any brood or if this is all honey. Alright, I've just went to the center of the box. It's been all honey. So this will be their winter food store. Well, I'm going to give them a little bit right now because I just broke some of the cappings. They got a little work to do. Alright, let's set this one. I'll sit on top of this nuke. Another thing, if you have to take a box off, if you don't have a place to lay it down flat, stand it up on its end like this one. You don't have the issue with the frame slowly collapsing down on themselves and crushing bees. There's my outside frame. Capped honey. uncapped honey. Bet there'd be some eggs in there. So she is probably, there's no eggs in that one. She'll probably work herself across in the process of working back across. Alright, these bees, because there is more to the number, are being a little bit more feisty. But I'm being very gentle, slow movements. They're not trying to sting me. They're just giving me warning shots. They just bump my hand. Alright, so there. I do have larvae with some royal jelly in it. I don't quite see any fresh eggs yet. Yep, there is some eggs. So I do have a good queen in here. She is still alive. Ah, there she is. You see her? Big green dot on her? She is this year's queen. So I'm not going to go any further. I feel good about this colony. And they are getting a little bit faster because I've hurried up my speed. I'll just take a breather, rest a minute. I don't know if you can hear it, but they're not focused as much on me. They're starting to work back towards the hive. That's one thing about working without smoke. If they start getting restless, stop, stand back for a minute or two, and they will go right back to what they were doing. But that's also knowing your hives, knowing the condition of them, knowing your bees. I have very gentle, cooperative bees. They're not aggressive. But this first one, I know the N3, this time of year is the peak of the colony size, because they've just now went through their last honey flow. I would not go in those 4 without smoke as a precaution. This first one right here, the double deep, I might open it up and have smoke on hand. But the 3 out there that has, 2 of them has supers on them, 1 has 1 super. Those, by the time you took the supers off, you'd be covered up. They'd be aggressive without smoke. So it's knowing your bees and knowing the size of your colonies.